Hello and welcome to this lesson where I will show you how to edit audio files and create a podcast. This lesson is part of our multi-purpose video production course. However, you can also use it as a standalone lesson to show you how to create a podcast. Generally, a video is a mixture of images and audio, picture and audio files. That's essentially what a video is. And there are different ways to create videos. In this course, we're looking at how to create videos by taking an audio file and then mixing it with images to have a video. However, this particular lesson will show you how to edit your audio file so that you have a high fidelity audio. The audio is of high quality. And apart from that, you are able to include relevant metadata, for example, the artist name, date, and some other relevant information. You will notice that when you are playing podcasts on various platforms, there are some pieces of information that will be displayed, maybe the name of the speaker or the name of the artist and all of that. Okay, and you also find that when you are playing audio files, properly edited audio files, properly produced audio files on your devices using various applications. So this is how it is done. Of course, there are lots of ways, but I want to show you a very simple way to get it done. And there are lots of applications to this. You can apply it personally. Maybe you are a teacher like me and you want to teach people a concept that really does not involve video. For example, I have some teachings that are audio teachings that you don't need to see me, you can hear what I am saying, and that is what matters. Okay, so for those kind of teachings, you can create your own audio files and edit those audio files. Okay, and you have a podcast from it. You can now decide what platform you want to host your podcast in, or how you want to share the material. You can even have it as a series of trainings for sale. You can have a teaching series where you cover some very important things for your particular audience, and you put it as MP3 files for sale on your website or other platforms. So those are some of the ways you can apply this. You can also offer it as a service to your clients. Okay, you have clients that are speakers, for example. You have clients that are pastors, or people that just have something to do with speaking. You can collect their audio files and edit those audio files into podcast. Okay, so there is a lot you can do with this. Back in the days, you had to go to a studio before you can produce a professional quality audio file or a professional quality MP3. Even if you're a singer, you want to do a single, many times you don't have to wait until you have everything. Start with what you have. It may not be the best, but with your laptop, you can produce audio in your room. You can produce your song, you can produce a jingle, you can produce a teaching. Like all of these things that you are watching, they are produced in my home office. Most of them are in my home office with my laptop and phone and all of that. You understand? So just start with what you have. Now, usually you will need a microphone, but it is not necessary anymore. It's good if you can get one, but if you have a laptop, that is what I do now. If you have a laptop that has an inbuilt microphone that can pick your voice, just go ahead and speak to your laptop and you record your audio. Okay, so you can record your audio with a tool called Audacity. Just go to audacityteam.org and download it and install. I have already done that, so I'm just going to open it. But if you don't want to do that, you can record your audio with various other applications. You can even use mobile applications on your phone, okay, to record your audio. Then you import the audio file into Audacity and edit. If you are working with clients, maybe you want to produce an audio book. That is another application for this. And it's very important that you understand these things. Those are some of the ways you can create a lot of extra value for your clients, okay? And that also makes you more money. Your clients are happier and you also are wealthier. So if you are working with a client on a book project, you can suggest to the client, oh, how about having an audio book? Okay, then you arrange a schedule where the author reads the books, okay, reads the book, okay, or you can get somebody else that is going to read the book depending on your arrangement. And after they have read the book and recorded it, then you go through this process of editing. There are different ways you can record. You can even record via Zoom. You can have a Zoom meeting and you record the Zoom meeting. That gives you the audio recording, and you bring that audio recording into Audacity. There are different ways. Just look for the way that works for you to create your audio file. If you are creating your audio file directly from Audacity, great. You just continue the process from there. If you are creating your audio file through another platform or with another application, then you import that audio file into Audacity and you edit from there. You continue the editing. You can also add background music if you like, but I'm not going to demonstrate how to add background music. I want to keep this as brief as possible. I want our lessons to be lessons that you can implement quickly without any complication. And those that now want extras, you have been given the seed. It is now up to you for you to plant the seed, okay, and to let it grow. Do you understand? So it's up to you to do your further research. You can easily Google how to add background music in Audacity. You are going to find lots of tutorials. You're also going to find even the Audacity manual. There is a manual on how to use Audacity. It's online. Okay, you can find that there. Then once you are done, you can export your file to MP3. Once you export your file to MP3, you already have a podcast. What is left is to now host it or to publish it online. Okay, but in our own case, we are actually going to use that MP3 file to create a video. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate the process to you now. I want to open Audacity on my laptop. Let me share my screen and show Audacity. I'm opening Audacity now on my laptop. I'm launching the program. Okay, so this is it. This is what Audacity looks like. Okay. Now you can actually record in Audacity. You can record in Audacity. You just press this and you record your audio file. Okay, then when you are done recording, you can edit, cut out the parts you don't want and all of that. Okay, you can get detailed tutorials on this. What I want to show you is how to edit an audio file that you already have. So you come to File, Import, and you pick Audio. Okay, you import the audio. So you go to where your file is. In my own case, the file is somewhere here. You go to the folder on your laptop where the file you want to edit is. Okay, so this is the file I want to edit. What we are doing here is we actually want to edit this audio file. This audio file was sent via WhatsApp. Okay, so I have sent it from WhatsApp to my laptop. How you do that depends on you. Many times I send it through Bluetooth. Okay, I go from WhatsApp, I share to Bluetooth, and I turn on the Bluetooth on my laptop to receive. Then I send it to my laptop through Bluetooth. But there are lots of ways. You can share it to another app. For example, if you have Telegram on your laptop and you have Telegram on your phone, you can share it to Telegram, then download it on Telegram. You can share it to save messages in Telegram and download it on Telegram from your laptop. Or you can open your WhatsApp on your laptop. You know, you can use the laptop version or desktop version of WhatsApp, and then you can open your WhatsApp on your laptop and download the audio file. That is assuming the audio file was sent to you via WhatsApp, like it is in my case. Now, if it is on a cloud or platform, maybe it is on Google Drive or Dropbox, for example, all you have to do is download it, or if it was sent to you by email. But the point is, you need to get that audio file on your laptop. Then you import it, okay? So you import it. So that's what I'm doing now. So I've selected the audio file, and then I import it. But before then, let us look at the properties. I want to show you something. I'll right-click and select properties. By the time we are done editing, the properties will be different. Now, because I'm actually recording this video with Zoom, so you have to keep sharing screen. You have to keep sharing screen over and over to show what is happening. So I hope you can see what I'm doing now. I'm trying to import an audio file, but I've clicked on the properties. I'm trying to show the properties. Now, by the time, if I go to details, by the time we finish editing, all of this will be different. Can you see title, subtitle, contributing artist? Yeah, it's practically blank, So this is part of what I was saying when I was talking about adding the relevant metadata to your audio file. So we're going to do all of that in the process of editing, okay? So let me go back to Audacity. Okay, so I'm trying to import a file. I'll cancel this and start again so that I'll be sure nobody is left confused. So you go to Audacity, and I advise you, I usually say that, generally I say that when you are watching a tutorial, especially if it's something you've not done before, don't try to implement as you are watching, just take notes. So take the step, okay, step 1, open Audacity, okay, step 2, import audio, just write those things down. first of all. Then after you are done, now try to implement. Then look at whatever you have omitted. Look at your notes to see whatever you have omitted, and then you go on. Okay, so this is Audacity. I want to import an audio file that I'm going to edit. So I come to File, I come to Import, then I go to Audio. Then I go to the folder on my laptop where the audio file is, and I pick it. So this is the audio file. So I'm going to play this audio file a bit. I'm not sure you are going to hear it because my recording is set to pick from my microphone, not from my speaker, but let me still play it and see. Okay, so I advise that you press this plus button so that you can spread out the audio. Okay, can you see what is happening? You see what I mean? Okay, so if I do it like this, it shrinks. Okay, so when you spread it out, it's easier for you to do the things you want to do. For example, I can see that the first 1 point something seconds, okay, just a little over 1 second, okay, it's blank. There is no speech there. The speech actually starts from here, okay? So what I want to do, the first thing you want to do when you are editing, there are a lot of things you can do, but as a beginner, just follow this process. The first thing you want to do is you want to reduce noise or remove noise. So you select the blank, the place that is blank, okay, that does not have any, where the speaker has not started speaking. Then you go to Effect and you go to Noise Reduction. The first thing you do is you get noise profile. Now look at all of these settings. There are different ways, but if you are working on any of our projects, just use this, okay? Use these settings. These settings will work for you for most projects. You can do your own research later and see how you can adjust these settings. But if you're working on a project for the plenipotent company, or you are just doing things as a beginner, just follow this process. Okay, so you have this. Look at all of the details here. Then click Get Noise Profile. You see, I selected the part where there is no speech. Then I got the noise profile. Now select all. You can just press Ctrl A on your keyboard to select all, or you can come to select, okay, and then all. Okay, still the same. Can you see Ctrl A? So once you have selected all, go back to Effects where you went before, Noise Reduction, the same thing you did before. But this time, instead of clicking Get Noise Profile, you now, can you see Reduce? So you put it on Reduce and pick OK. So you are going to reduce the noise. Okay, if you want, you can preview it before doing that. So I am just going to pick OK because I've done this several times and I have found these settings to work. Okay, so that's the first thing. Then you go back again to Effects, you go to Compressor. Compressor again, look at the settings. Okay, look at the settings here also. Okay, take note of those settings. You can pause your video if necessary and maybe take a screenshot, or write somewhere. So take note of all of this. Okay, then pick OK for compressor also. Remember that your audio file is selected. You have selected all. Then go to Effect again and go to Equalization. Can you see this is Equalization? Under Equalization, you are going to do bass boost and treble boost. Okay, so on treble boost now, so I'm going to do treble boost. And you see, you have various options. So let's start with treble boost. Then pick OK. Again, look at the settings here. Okay, so pick treble boost, and can you see the settings? Okay, look at everything. You can take screenshots. Okay, in your notes. Then pick OK. Then again, go to Effects and Equalization again. This time around, bass boost. Bass boost. And then you pick OK. Okay. Look at the settings, or we might provide a file where you can see all of those settings at a glance. Then after bass boost, equalization, you have done treble boost and bass boost. Okay, then go to limiter. Now you see that there's a lot you can do, but it could be confusing. But just follow this. What you want to do now is you just want to produce results. Then you can now spend your time later to research, and know the details. If this is your core, if it is not your core, it is waste of time. You understand? But if this is your core, you want to focus on audio editing, video production, and all of that ahead. Then you can sit with this and you understand and master all of the details. But if not, if it is just a small part of what you do, for you to be able to get your work done, then this will be sufficient for you. Alternatively, you can just hire, professional audio production people. to handle your audio production for you. You understand, so that you can focus on what you do best. But if you are spending all of the time, okay, you want to know what all of these things do, if you are still, maybe a student and you have a lot of time on your hands, it's fine. All of those things help. But you get to a point in life where you just have to focus on the things that are crucial. Do you understand? So that's, I'm just showing you the key steps. So go to limiter after you have completed equalization. Again, look at this details here, -3 here, then 10 here. Okay, then okay for limiter. Okay, line limiter. Then after you have done all of that, the final step. Now you may need to do a lot of other things after you have done your own experiments and learning, but usually the final step, you want to do normalize last. Some people will normalize and they continue doing other things. You should do normalize last, okay? So click normalize. Again, look at it, -1.0 here, okay? Then click OK. So your audio file has been edited. The sound of this audio file now will be better than the original, okay, if you listen to it. So what we want to do now is we're going to export. Yeah, I hope I am still sharing Audacity screen. Okay, so we're going to export. Go to File, then go to Export, then export as MP3, depending on what you want. I am going to export as MP3. That's what we want for this project. Okay, so you export as MP3 and then give it a name. So I'm going to go to where I want to save it. Okay, this is where I want to save it. So this is actually for Faith Capsules podcast. So I'm going to call it Faith Capsules for April 18, 2022, Faith Capsules. So I'll save that. Now it will give you options. Can you see? You can pick the quality that you want and all of that. Don't pick anything less than 128, my advice. But if you want a small audio file, you want the size to be very small, you can pick all of this. So the higher you go, the bigger the file size. So for this, I'm picking 192, okay? But I advise that you don't pick anything less than 128, except in special cases. Okay, so I save. When you save, now it will give you some other options. Now you see, this is what I was talking about the other time, artist name, track title. You can now put the name. In this case, the name is Pastor. Okay, that's the podcast host. Then the track title. The title of this particular episode is it's for Easter Monday. Okay, title is Reason. That's the title. Album title. Okay, it's Faith Capsules. Faith Capsules. Track number, where we're not using track number. If we're using track number, I'll put the track here. So if you are producing an album, for example, okay, you are producing an album and there are different tracks, so you put the track number there. Okay, so you fill in all of those details here, 2022. Now, there's another thing you can do. Once you have finish this, you can save so that if you have several files, maybe it's a project you work on so often, you can save it as a file. Do you understand? But I've already done this before. Can you see Faith Capsules? You can save it as a file, okay? But I won't save this because I've done it before. So once you have saved it, instead of typing all of these things, okay, I'm not going to, I just want to show you now, instead of typing all of these things, what you are now going to do is that you just load. Can you see load? Okay, you just pick load and then you pick the file. So that's the option, other option, you pick the file, can you see load? So it will bring what you have already saved. So this is what I saved when I saved it. So what I'll just do now is I'll just edit. Okay, I'll change the track title to this Reason. Okay, that's what I'm going to change it to, or maybe I can also put the date, April. But another thing we're trying to do, even though the teachings, the podcast is a weekly podcast, we're also trying to make it in such a way that people can listen to it at any time and still get value from it, you understand? So if you check the attendance blog post, for example, we remove some things that make it dated. For example, when you listen to this audio, it says something like, oh, so today is Easter Monday and all of that. When we are publishing the blog post, we won't put today is Easter Monday because somebody may read it 2 years from now, somebody may read it next week, and it's no longer going to be Easter Monday. Do you understand? So if you are working on projects like this, these are some of the things you need to understand because you are creating value at multiple levels and you are serving different kinds of audiences. And details like these are actually the essence of this tutorials, because if it's just about audio editing and all of that, you can get lots of tutorials about audio editing on YouTube and other platforms. So details like this that I'm sharing, they are actually the essence. So pay attention. So the way the audio will be presented will be different from the way other formats of the podcast will be presented. And one of the ways you can get more value from your content is to publish it in multiple formats. For example, this podcast that we're working on now, we're going to produce the audio now. We're working on the audio, then we turn it into a video that will be posted on YouTube and shared across other platforms. Then we take the script and publish it as a blog post. But everything is not the same. We're going to make some adjustments to make it suit the relevant platform and audience. Do you understand? That's very important. And you see these things. Then we're also going to create graphics that can be posted on social media platforms, WhatsApp status, Instagram, and all of that. Okay, so some of the details are going to be slightly modified, to achieve these things. Okay, so once you have all of your details here, so just pick OK. Just pick OK. So you are saving your MP3 file. So and now the MP3 file is saved. I can go to my folder where I saved it. Let me look for it. Let me look for the folder. I hope I'm sharing the right folder. Okay, fine. So let me just arrange this by dates. Sort by, okay, date is not one of the options. Let me add dates as one of the options here. Date modified or date, let me just pick dates. Okay, date modified. Okay. Now, so I'm going to sort this by date so that it'll be easier to see what we're looking for. So I'll just pick date modified. So this is it. Can you see title? Can you see his reason, contributing artist? Can you see all of the details? So if you right click on this file now and view properties, it will be different from what you saw at first. So this is a professionally edited audio now. This is a professionally edited audio. So can you see? So it's different now. When you go to details, can you see now you have a title, you have the contributing artist, you have the album, you have the year, then you can add all the information, before you export. It depends on what you want. So that's so right now you have created your podcast. Okay, you have your MP3 podcast now. You can play it. Okay, let me try to play this in. Okay, so I'm trying to play this in VLC Media Player. Can you see the title is showing? Okay, the album is showing Faith Capsules. So that is it. So your MP3 file is ready. So if all you wanted to do is to create an audio podcast, then this is how to do it. You are done already. Okay, so it's advisable to save your Audacity file in case you need it again. But in this case, I really do not need this anymore, so I'm not going to save it. But as a beginner, and then generally, it's advisable to save it. But I know that I don't need this again, and if I need it, I can go over the process again. So I'm just going to close this. Okay, I'm just going to close Audacity. But it's good for you to save, like I said. Okay, so no, I don't want to save. Okay. But it's good for you to save, remember. Okay, so that's how to create your podcast. You already have a podcast now. But in our case, remember that we said that we are going to use that audio file to create a video. So we're going to demonstrate the process of doing that in another lesson. Meanwhile, try to implement what you have learned from this lesson. You can create your own audio file. You can collect audio file from someone. But you can create your own audio file, just say something, or you could even read a book, just read like 1 or 2 pages of a book and try to, but just do something. You read memory verses, you understand what I mean? Just do something and practice, okay? Practice in a meaningful way. Then if you have questions, feel free to ask. If you are going through any of our training programs, you know how to get in touch and ask your questions. But if you are reaching out through other platforms, maybe you found this lesson elsewhere, you have my email address on the screen. You have phone number that you can call or send a WhatsApp message to. And you also have my Twitter handle. That handle, that username at Philip Amila is actually my username across all platforms. But at least at the time of creating this video, I'm most active on Twitter. Okay, so things can change, but right now the best social media platform to reach me on, okay, is Twitter. Okay, thank you very much, and see you in the next lesson.